This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only station that is commercial free all the way until the top of the hour. We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us a deeper look into weather in just a few minutes. But first, let's check in with Joy and see how traffic is shaping up with all this fog. Good morning, Joy.
Good morning, Marisa. Yeah, that fog is definitely a big factor here in our morning commute. On top of that, we also have construction closures, though. So we are down to one lane, both directions on I-35 between Judson and Topperwine. That's been our biggest delay through the entire morning. As soon as we started off today, this is what we were dealing with, and they were still working too. So still pouring cement out there, putting in those new roads there for the I-35 Next project. So still a big mess in that area. On top of that, of course, the fog, the wet roads. Photojournalist David Mendoza joins us live from RoadCam with more on all of that. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning. Right now I'm 410 East and 281. Traffic is increasing in the area. We're still dealing with this fog. It does seem a little better in this part of town, a little lighter. I'm able to see a little further ahead of me. Driving conditions are fairly slow. The roads are pretty wet. You don't want to hydroplane. You just want to take your time to where you're getting, headed to work, headed to go get breakfast. Just drive a little slower than usual. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. Just be careful. Right now, though, I'm headed to the northeast to 35, and I'll give you a look at that when I get there. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. We'll continue to check in and bringing these updates live with your on-time traffic.
Joy and David, thank you. An update to a Northwest Side shooting. One person is dead after a gunman opened fire at a gas station. It happened around 8 Tuesday night on Jackson Road near 410. The shooter is currently at large as questions remain as to what led up to the shooting. A man arrested 38 times is back in jail. This time he's accused of robbing jewelry stores and pawn shops across the city of San Antonio. Police arrested Michael Loving on 10 felony warrants, including aggravated robbery. If you've been a victim by Loving, please call the San Antonio Police Department. We are getting a look at the woman arrested for driving while intoxicated with 5 children in her car. Take a look. That woman is 30-year-old Sky Gomez. Police pulled Gomez over on Riverside Drive and East South Cross. After the traffic stop, officers say she backed up into the police car. When Gomez got out of the car, officers say she smelled of alcohol and was acting erratic and uncooperative. Officials say there were 5 children ranging from 1 to 10 years old. None of the children were hurt. Police say Gomez refused a sobriety test and was arrested. She's now facing DWI and child endangerment charges. We are learning more about a man accused of leaving a threatening note in the office of District 9 Councilwoman Misty Spears. The councilwoman is speaking out. 36-year-old Brian Stephen Naylor is a former employee of District 8 Councilwoman Evelise Meza Gonzalez. He also used to work for District 9 Councilman John Courage. Misty Spears took over District 9 back in June. Naylor is accused of taping a note under the councilwoman's desk that read "Die Fascist." Naylor's arrest affidavit says when questioned by the police, he admitted to writing the note and hiding fake snakes, rats, and cockroaches around the office.
It was just really shocking to our office, and it brings uneasiness. It, of course, makes you feel, exposed. I can only imagine it's just being unhappy with the result of the election, and it was a former staff member from my predecessor, and I think that I don't know what his reasoning is, to be honest.
Naylor is now facing a terroristic threat charge. He bonded out of jail, but he cannot own a gun or go near Councilman Spears or her staff. If he's convicted, he faces up to 10 years in prison. He's no longer employed by the city. New this morning, there is word that a leaked memo from an Immigration and Customs Enforcement could be arresting undocumented migrants voluntarily leaving the U.S. for the holidays. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon has more on what is being called Operation Irish Goodbye. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. You know, this Operation Irish Goodbye information is actually making its way throughout social media with word that ICE agents were going to be staging at bus stops and all along the U.S.-Mexico border. According to this leaked memo on Operation Irish Goodbye, it's all part of a plan to send immigration agents to the U.S.-Mexico border to catch migrants who are in the U.S. illegally trying to return home voluntarily around now, time for the holidays. Under the plan, ICE agents would work with the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol officers at places like commercial bus stations or passing through ports of entry into Mexico. These travelers would include those who have no immigration or criminal records and who do not pose any public safety risk and would be considered voluntary returns to their home countries. Now, others would be processed according to their current immigration cases. According to these reports, the document also suggests that they would be detained and face formal deportation proceedings as part of this memo. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We'll send it back to you.
Christina, thank you. The White House is ordering a total and complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going into or leaving Venezuela. In a post on Truth Social, President Trump says Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro's government has been designated a foreign terrorist organization and accuses it of terrorism, drug smuggling, and human trafficking. His remarks come a week after the U.S. seized an oil tanker off the Venezuelan coast. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the public won't see the full, unedited video of the military's September boat strike on an alleged drug boat. The second strike killed 2 survivors of the initial strike. Hegseth says members of the Armed Forces Committees in the House and Senate will be able to review the video this week. He has not said whether all members of Congress will be able to see the video. President Donald Trump will address the nation tonight. The president will talk about what he views as his biggest accomplishments of the year in a preview of what's to come in 2026. And you can watch the president's speech tonight at 8 p.m. our time. That's right here on News 4 San Antonio. And tonight, Tom Llamas takes the nightly news to Texas. He will be broadcasting the show from Houston. You can watch that right here on News 4 starting right after our 5 p.m. newscast at 5:30. The U.S. House clears the way for whole milk on school lunch menus, and Warner Brothers Discovery is reportedly ready to move forward with Netflix. Jane King is live at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, Marisa. Good morning. Yes, Warner Brothers Discovery looking to move forward with the buyout offer from Netflix. In fact, this morning, the board of Warner Brothers Discovery has rejected again the Paramount offer. Now, Warner has voiced concerns privately about the quality of Paramount's financing. Now, Paramount could still offer more money, but they've already offered $108 billion, including debt. And there's another lingering question, how the Trump administration regulators will view the deal. Well, whole milk is poised to return to the menu for schools participating in the National School Lunch Program for the first time in over a decade. The House cleared the bill, now goes to the president's desk, and it would put whole milk back into the K through 12 schools. It was taken out in 2010. It was part of the Obama administration's push to improve nutritional standards for school-age children, but it has come under a lot of opposition lately as people have emphasized the health benefits of whole milk. And Texas-based Michael's Crafts earnings grew 40% in the third quarter, a blowout result that shows a big rebound from the tariffs that they faced earlier this year. Michael's also this year acquired the intellectual property and private label brands of Joann Fabrics, which filed for bankruptcy this year. And every year, the major package delivery carriers post the deadlines that a package or a mail needs to be shipped out to arrive by Christmas Eve. And the deadlines vary depending on the specific shipping method. The slowest forms do need to go out today to get to their destinations by Christmas Eve. And then from here, it depends on how far the package must travel. But as Christmas gets closer, it does get more expensive. And stocks closed mixed yesterday after a jobs report that was better than expected, but still showed weak job growth. Oil is higher this morning as well on the increasing tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
Jane, one of the things that I dread is going to the post office this time of year because of the long lines and always crossing my fingers whether or not my Christmas cards or my packages are going to get to my family and friends.
I know. Yeah, I try to get everything done early. So I'm trying to reduce my stress level. Be very zen.
Trying.
So
Thank you, Jane. We'll see you tomorrow.
Trying is the key word. Thank you.
In consumer news, Southwest Airlines is getting in on the 6-7 trend with discounted flights. The airline is rolling out $67 flights as part of what it calls its trendiest sale ever. The deal applies to select Tuesday and Wednesday flights between January 6th and March 4th. This only applies to domestic flights, and some restrictions may apply. So go to southwest.com for the full terms and conditions. And a decade after its initial release, a fan favorite Oreo cookie flavor is coming back to the shelves. The company announced the cookie dough Oreo will return for a limited time starting December 22nd. The return comes as Oreo rolls out 9 new products over the next several weeks, including sugar-free cookies, Oreo Reese's cookies, Oreo muffins, and Oreo cakesters. And the Salvation Army's annual Red Kettle campaign is underway. The campaign raises money for families in need to get food and shelter. And check this out. This is us. Hey, Jeannette, David, and I were all ringing the bells at Walmart yesterday near the airport on Jones-Maltzberger. Here's a few of the lovely people who came out. That is Crystal and Basilio. And maybe we can see one more picture. And our friend Luke came out.
Also Mary and Libby, who work at the Walmart, they said they had to stop
Yeah.
by and say
Say
hello.
hi.
Also shout out to Jaime, who works at the Walmart there. He stopped by. Robert
Robert
called
and
called his wife Ida,
Yeah.
and she was speechless. So it was just such a good time. This is a tradition. There goes Luke
That's Luke,
Stillman. Yes, one of our loyal viewers. It's a tradition. You know, we like to go out to that Walmart and meet all of you. Thank you so much for the donations and for taking the time to come by and say hello. And it was your first time around.
It was my first time. It was fun, and the weather held up. It wasn't sunny, but it was nice enough to be comfortable outside. Today, not so much.
Yeah, it was cold, but it wasn't all that bad. We were able to stand outside for an hour.
Yeah.
Different story this morning. It's milder, it's humid, it's
wet.
foggy, and it is wet. And this is definitely making for dangerous driving conditions still. Joy and David have been talking about just how bad driving conditions have been. And you can see although visibility continues to slowly improve, it's still pretty bad, especially from the airport to the north side of town. Heads up, driving north and south along 281 over northern Bexar County. Visibility at the airport improving just a bit, but it's still pretty low. You can see that patch of dense fog over the heart of the city. Now, dense fog advisory, this continues until 9. So although the visibility will continue to improve as that fog slowly lifts, it's still going to be pretty foggy in parts of the area, especially in these spots until 9 a.m. We also have the rain, and this is making for slick roads. We had showers yesterday, seeing rain this morning, very light precipitation, but it's enough to create more slick roads. Live power Doppler radar showing you the showers, patches of drizzle. This activity has actually been picking up over the last 30 minutes. This is all moving off towards the north. In the eastern zone, it's also wet with showers. There are some thunderstorms near the coast, and there's a mid-level disturbance nearby that is producing this wet weather. Once that moves away, we're going to see drier conditions this afternoon. Clouds, fog, rain mainly along and east of I-35, but to the west, it is clear. There's a storm in the Pacific Northwest that's producing rain and snow this morning. We're going to see a cold front from that arriving tomorrow in the afternoon. This afternoon, it stays cloudy from San Antonio to the east, and we still could see a shower here, a couple showers possible in the eastern zone with maybe some thunderstorms near the coast. West of I-35, it's going to clear out throughout the afternoon. Tomorrow morning, it is going to be cloudy, and there will be some patches of fog, but that's going to be mostly to the east, and the fog will not be as bad as this morning. It clears out for the rest of the day. Cold front comes in the afternoon, no precipitation with it, and that's going to bring in some drier, cooler air. It's going to be pretty cold Friday morning. Tomorrow afternoon, shorts weather, and then tomorrow night into Friday morning, you're going to need the heavy jackets or coats. Cloudy, fog, and misty this morning. Temperatures, they're milder. By this afternoon, we get to the upper 60s. 78 tomorrow. It'll be breezy with north winds 20 to 25 miles an hour. We'll be anywhere between 38 to 43 degrees Friday morning, sunny all day, 67. Check out this weekend through Christmas week. It is going to warm up big time, upper 70s, near 80. First day of winter is on Sunday. We'll be up to near 80. And yes, this warm weather pattern continues straight through Christmas Day with high temperatures between 77 and 80 degrees. It's going to be pretty.
Well, obviously that fog is going to be a big factor for us this morning for your morning commute, but it's not our biggest problem. Our biggest problem is actually this: major delays along I-35. Photojournalist David Mendoza is live in road cam sitting in this backup in the northbound lanes of I-35. Good morning, David. Do we have David's audio out there this morning? Oh, okay, we're pulling it up. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, 35 North is a bit of a parking lot right now. Have to end it on a sour note. Tons of traffic in the area. The silver lining is the fog is not as dense over here. Neither is the mist. I'll leave you with that. Drive safe and have a great Wednesday. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. So that delay in those northbound lanes, estimating over an hour right now. Same for the southbound lanes, a little bit quicker southbound, but still over an hour. So that is a huge problem. Those closures between Judson and Topperwine. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
Joy, thank you so much. More than 1,000 couples smooched their way into the record books. 1,435 couples gathered in downtown Washington, D.C. for an event under the national mistletoe. The couples all locked lips for 5 seconds at the same time, breaking the Guinness World Record for most couples kissing underneath the mistletoe. Saturday's event breaks the previous record of 480 couples, which was set in 2019 in St. Louis, Missouri. Wow, that's amazing. Fun to be one of those couples. Thanks so much for joining us. Be careful out on the roads. It's very wet. It's very foggy. Jeannette says that the fog's going to lift starting right now up until 9 o'clock. So just be careful out there. Grab a jacket and maybe an umbrella. We'll see you at noon today.